So how on earth do you go about getting results for social media management clients? So guys, in today's video, we're going to be breaking down exactly just that. I'm going to give you an overview, a big kind of like 10,000 foot view on how we do this, the timeline, what it looks like, everything behind it, basically what you need as well, the overall gist, if you will. So that being said though, guys, before I jump into this, all I ask in return for this video, because this is obviously going to be extremely valuable, because the more you can retain a client, the more money you're going to make. So all I ask in return, guys, is you drop a like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you turn on the notification bell if you're new around here as well. So guys, let's talk about social media management and how you actually genuinely get social media management clients results. So first and foremost, I need to break this down and make this abundantly clear. I purposefully go after social media management clients that are just going to be looking for posts. I don't go after social media, and this is the key. I need you guys to understand this. I don't go after clients that are looking for growth, this 10,000 followers in 2 months. I don't go after clients like that. I go after clients that just want social media posts, something being posted on their social medias each and every day. And I also go after clients that are also, they don't want like Reddit posts. They want just a normal, regular Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. What's the other one? And Pinterest. Those are the only 5 accounts that we actually manage. LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram. Those are the only accounts that we manage. We don't do website blogs, content. We don't do writing articles. We don't do email marketing. We don't do Reddit posts. We don't do 4chan or whatever it's called. What even is 4chan? To be honest, I have no idea what 4chan is. But long story short, guys, I am looking out for those type of clients. I don't do TikTok. I don't do Snapchat. I don't do Instagram stories. So I just want to make sure that you understand these sorts of things. Now, Instagram stories, you're probably wondering, why would you not do Instagram stories? Well, for me, when it comes to Instagram stories is more like I feel like you need to be there in behind the scenes of the business to have a good Instagram story. When I see Instagram stories, I mean, there's promotion Instagram stories, and then there's like day in the life Instagram stories. When I think of Instagram stories, I think of like day in the life Instagram stories. And the same thing with Snapchat as well. TikTok as well, by the way. Even though I do YouTube, I don't do video stuff. So TikTok, YouTube, I don't do that. The reason for that, by the way, guys, is, and if you're wondering, is because I've noticed that when it comes to video editing, it takes way too long. And what I mean by that is if a client, for example, sends you over some content that they want you to edit up and snip down to create like a TikTok video, if you will, I've noticed that first and foremost, you might get the cuts wrong. And if there's a mistake, they have to tell you where the mistake is. You have to then go back to the video, edit it again, export it one more time, then upload it again so they can to like some Google Drive, and then send it back to them some way, shape or form. And I'm telling you, it's like, just for a 2-second edit, it probably could take you 30-45 minutes worth of work. In my opinion, that's just not worth it. Obviously, if you have a video editor and he's really good at doing this, then obviously offer that service. I'm not saying that you should follow me. I'm just saying that this is what we do. So long story short, let's talk about how to get results for social media management clients from A to Z. So here's how it kind of goes. Upwork, you apply to jobs. You look for a specific type of job. For me, it's all about posting, creating content, that sort of scheduling content, that sort of stuff. Then what I do is I get them on a call, I close them, blah, 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 you know, $500 a month, $600 a month, $1,000 per month, $2,000 per month, whatever it is. Hopefully my mic, I didn't just break it. You get the point I'm trying to make though. $2,000 per month. I close them on that particular, whatever it is, monthly retainer. Then what's going to happen is they go through my onboarding process. This is very crucial. When I'm on the call as well, I also set expectations. If they're talking about 10,000 followers in like 2 months, I break down to them that organic growth is pretty much dead. So you're probably gonna have to run ads. Organic growth is probably not gonna be worth it if we don't do like for like, we don't do comment for comment, we don't do replying to DMs, that sort of stuff. So we're gonna have to rely on organic methods and stuff like that, hashtag strategies, but those don't really work anymore. The reason for that is not because we're bad marketers, it's just because we're not really doing videos, we're not doing Instagram influencer shout outs, and we're just trying to rely on the overall organic strategy, if you will, which these days is dead because Facebook and Instagram, in the metaverse, if you will, don't want you to grow organically. Social media doesn't want you to grow organically. That's the way the cookie crumbles. That's how they get you to force you to pay for ads, if you will. And I talk about all of this inside of Age Transmutation anyway. I'm also going to be breaking this down way more in Age Transmutation, the one-to-one program. So if you're interested in that, the links are below if you want to sign up and learn more about this. But long story short, here's a timeline. You close a client, they go through your onboarding process. The onboarding process breaks down what you're going to be doing and what you're not going to be doing. They also sign a contract, if you will. Then what they do is they give you an intake form. An intake form is what you basically ask your clients. What's your target demographic? Who are they? What do they look like? What sort of content do you want posting? What's the frequency of content? What do you want your post to genuinely look like? What sort of vibes are you going for? Who should we not target? All that sort of stuff. And then I asked them for a Google Drive or a Dropbox link of all their business photos, content, branding, logos, branding guidelines, that sort of stuff. So we have it all in one Google Drive and we get access to that. And obviously I give this to my social media manager. We'll talk about those in a second. Then what we do is we go about creating the overall strategy. So I've noticed that when social media management clients talk about strategy, all they really mean by that, and I know it's a very elusive word, it sounds like this big thing where you have to be on their account every single day and doing this like for like strategy, or going out there and doing comment for comment, and so that you don't need to do all that. Strategy for them most of the time, you can even ask them, hey John, strategy is a very broad word. What do you mean by that? You can literally ask them, what do you mean by strategy? That's not an offense. I don't know why people get this, like they feel like they should know everything. You're not supposed to know everything. Strategy to me could mean completely different thing to you. So you could easily just ask your clients as well, like, John, when you say strategy, that could mean a variety of different things. What do you mean by strategy? What do you have in mind? And just ask them, just literally ask them and just get the answer. There's no point guessing what Susie wants for lunch. Just give Susie what Susie wants for lunch, as I like to say. If you're in ages tramitation, that will make sense, obviously. But long story short, guys, just go and ask them what they genuinely want in terms of their strategy. What do you mean by strategy, John? Now, when it comes to strategy, what I've noticed by asking clients is that all they really want is some sort of direction in what they should post, on what days, and what sort of content ideas should they come up with. Should it be lifestyle content? Should it be graphic content? Should it be memes? That sort of stuff. So what we do is we actually mix up all the three. Well, it depends on what the client genuinely wants. And this is where it's going to get a little bit confusing, but stay with me here, guys. Just bear with me a second. So I've normally found there's a couple different types of clients. There's clients that don't have content. These clients, you're probably going to have to go around the internet and find content for them, or at least help them try to kind of like break down what sort of content they need to create. You don't need to fly out to their business, by the way, and create the content for them. You're not hiring a video editor or a photographer in their area and taking content for them. We don't do any of that. We actually tell them what sort of content to create and then tell them to create, if you will, if we need to. Other than that, we actually just use, templates. We use stock photos from around the internet, even though we tell them we don't like doing this. This is probably going to be the worst type of client because they don't really have content. Then there's clients that have content and they just want you to repurpose their content, if you will. So they already have a Google Drive folder that they send you and they already have business photos. All you have to do is spruce them up, put a filter on them and stuff like that. Make them look coherent, if you will, congruent, if you will, on the actual feed. So they got similar colors and stuff like that, similar theme going on, similar filters going on. And sometimes they want graphics added to them. You obviously you ask this and you iron out the details. Then there's another type of client where they just literally want you to go around the internet, like find memes, recreate the memes in their own style and their own fonts, if you will, and then post those memes out on their Instagram and their Facebook. Then there's clients that want you to do an overall strategy for them. These types of clients, and they have business photos, or if they don't, all you would do for these is you would create a content calendar. If you literally Google right now, Instagram content ideas monthly calendar, and just go to Google Images, you will literally see content calendars. So it'll be like day 1, it's a post of, your November promo. Day 2 would be educate your audience. Day 3 would be some sort of other topic, such as like repost a happy customer photo. Day 4 might be talk about 3 myths about the industry that they're in. So these are good content ideas. And I'm telling you, if you can create a content kind of like calendar on day 1 for your actual, your client, they're going to be very, very happy with you. And what I mean by a content calendar is you go to the internet, go to Google right now, open up a tab and literally type in, I'm not even joking, do this right now, Instagram content ideas monthly calendar or something like that. Change the keywords around. Then go to Google Images and you will literally see a grid. Well, you'll see multiple of these. You'll see hundreds of them, in fact. You can see like day 1, it will say post this, or day 2 this, day 3 this, day 3, and each day has some sort of different content in there. And that's what clients mean by they don't know what to post every single day. So if you can alleviate this problem for them, they're going to love you, especially on day 1. So day 1, you want to be creating this out for them, this overall content kind of like calendar with all the ideas in them. So day 1, we're going to be posting this. Day 2, we're going to be educating the audience. Day 3 will be a quote. Day 4 will be some sort of motivation. Day 5 is going to be a promo. Day 6 is going to be a product shot. Day 7 is going to be a customer using your product, a happy customer using your product. If you don't have these images, and you can actually, the funny thing is you can actually color code these images and tell them the ones in red, we need to get you to create these. And you build this out 30 days in advance. You want to build this out 30 days in advance, create the content calendar, and the ones, you can color the different grids in red, if you will. You just create a grid. You can go to Canva and find a monthly calendar, or just go and build a calendar, or just literally go to HubSpot. HubSpot's got like a monthly content calendar idea thing, and what you do is you just put the content in there. You don't need to create all the content right just there and then. All you need to do is just come up with the ideas, as in the box you would just literally type, we are going to be posting 3 myths about the industry on Monday the 1st, or whatever it is. Tuesday the 2nd would be, we're going to be talking about, we're going to educate the audience on why sustainability is important. That would be day 2. Day 3 would be announce our January promo. There you go. That's what I mean. It's literally just text in a box. So you're going to do 30 of those texts in a box, but they're all going to be different and unique from each other. Then what you do is you send that over to your client and get them to green light it. Once they green light it, that's when you can go ahead and start creating the content. Now, when it comes to creating the content, there's a variety of things you can do. So guys, just as I was saying before, my camera actually just died on me. So there's a variety of things you can do. So let's say there is for coming up with content ideas. So let's say they're a sustainability brand. There's a variety, there's so many things you can do, guys. And I just want to state this. With social media management, there's no right or wrong way to do social media management. It's almost like there's no right or wrong way to create art, if you will. There's no real right or wrong way to do that. The only way you're messing up when it comes to social media management is if you're sat there trying to come up with the ideas yourself. That's the time when you're messing. That's the only time you can really mess this up. And what I mean by that is the internet is your friend. You can literally type in, sustainability quotes, sustainability myths, sustainability facts. Let's say you're working with a sustainability brand. Let's say you're working with a different type of brand. Let's say the e-com brand you're working with is like a kids clothing brand or something like that. Well, then you're going to be targeting parents. You need to think about this sort of stuff. So what you would do is you would type in tips for new parents, something like that, or new parent myths, new parent quotes, new parent this, new parent that. You get the idea, guys. Just take the new parent thing and actually just start putting different keywords behind it. So new parent quote, new parent myths, new parent facts, new parent tips, new parent blogs, new parent RSS feeds. You can follow RSS feeds. You can go to blogs. You can come up with content all over, guys. And here's one of the coolest thing you can do with social media management and stuff like that is you can use a tool that writes your own captions for you, such as like I think there's one called like conversion.ai or something like that. There's a couple of tools. Just type in automatically write captions for me, and you can literally find caption writing, social media caption writing software. Obviously make sure that they're good and stuff like that, and make sure the English is good. And then what you can also do if you're really, so that's one method. Another method would be following blogs. So what you can do is you can type in motherhood blogs, and then you'll probably come across blogs. And the funny thing is with these blogs, they're normally like, the blogs titles are normally like 70 top tips for mothers or something like that. Each one of those tips you can literally break down into one piece of content. Now, obviously, you just don't want tips all over you. You don't want the same type of content being posted for your client every single day. Like on Monday it's a tip, on Tuesday it's a tip, on Wednesday it's a tip, on Thursday it's a tip. You don't need that unless your client actually wants that, of course. And again, it depends on what your clients want. But guys, this is how you go about creating content for your social media managers. This is what I teach my social media managers. This is how you create content for your social media management clients. And this is what I teach my social media managers. There's just so many different ways to do this. There's no right or wrong way. It's a little bit all over the place, but here's the timeline. Close a client, get them onboarded. On day 1, create their content calendar. Just create them a content calendar and saying this is what we're going to be posting. Once they green light that, the very same day, what you're going to do is you're going to start getting to work creating out the first 7 days worth of content. Then you send them that 7 days worth of content and you tell them, do you like this? You ask them, do you like what sort of post do you like? With the captions and hashtags, by the way. You write the captions, you write the hashtags, and you send it over to them. Now, the tools that you're going to use in order to schedule out the content depends on what sort of client you have. So if you're just managing their Facebook and their Instagram, you can use the actual Creator Studio, the built-in Creator Studio, to actually do this. So you don't even need to go and get third-party tools. However, if you're managing their Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, whatever it is, all different, if it's outside of the metaverse, if you will, outside of Facebook's kind of like realm, so that's, Twitter, LinkedIn, that sort of stuff. What you would need probably then is something like Buffer or Hootsuite. I prefer Buffer because it's much cheaper actually, and there's actually a free plan as well. I think it's like $6. But by the way, you do not buy this plan, like you don't get Buffer or Hootsuite. You get your client to get Buffer or Hootsuite. And when clients ask me why is it that I have to pay an additional $5 or $20 or whatever, $6, I think it's actually $6 these days for Buffer. Or why do I have to pay an extra $15 for Buffer? If they ask you that, I literally say to them, like when you go to BMW and you buy a car, why is it that I have to pay for the gas as well? There you go. When I go to Apple and buy an iPhone, do they also pay for my data? When I buy a phone outright, do they also pay for my data? unfortunately not. So this, when we charge you our service fee, that doesn't, when we quote you our service fee, it doesn't include, ad spend, and it doesn't include software spend, if you will. So that's what I basically say to clients. And again, you don't need to pay for Buffer or log into Buffer or anything like that. You get them to log into Buffer and connect their accounts, and you just get a username and a password, and you manage it like that. And you schedule out the content 7 days in advance. And what you do before that is you actually send them over the content calendar, you create the actual content for them, and you actually get them to greenlight the content calendar first, then you get them to greenlight the first 7 days worth of content, and then you post out the content. And then you do this every Sunday. So, or you could even do 14 days on a Sunday, build out 14 pieces of content, create the captions, and have them, take a look at that on a Sunday or whenever they're not busy, and green light them. So you're never posting anything that they don't want on their content. And that's how we've been able to keep clients happy, because we're never ever posting anything that they don't genuinely want. So it's like, it's impossible for us to make a mistake, because it doesn't actually go out onto their Instagram or their social media platforms without them green lighting it. So it's like, you can't, it's like you're checking beforehand if it's good or not. So it's not like you can actually ruin this, which is why social media management clients, if you do this right, can stay on for a very, very long time. Now, when it comes to growth and all that sort of stuff, I explained to them that you're probably going to want to not do organic growth. You're probably going to want to do, Facebook ads, like campaigns, Instagram stories to grow, boosting posts, that sort of stuff. And if you want real followers, you better be willing to pay anywhere between 30 cents and $1 for a real qualified follower in one of the top 5 countries, such as US, UK, New Zealand, Australia, and Canada. The top 5. Normally it's around 30 cents to $1. So that means if you want 1,000 followers and it's $1 each per actual qualified follower, you're looking at $1,000 right there for 1,000 followers. And I explained it to them, and then they're like, oh, okay, maybe we just do the organic strategy. And I was like, yeah. In the back of my head, I'm thinking that, yeah, I tried telling you that. But long story short, guys, that's how you go about getting the results for social media management clients. And again, we're still learning. So if you guys have got any other tips for us as well, that would be awesome. We can definitely share some ideas, but just want to put this video out there. If you guys want any help with any of this, the one-to-one program is still open. There is 3 spots at the time of recording this. Again, it's the 9th of December. I'm recording this Thursday the 9th of December. So if you're interested in that is a one-to-one program where I work with you and build your agency with you from the very ground up and scale it to 10K, and it does come with a full money back guarantee. So it's pretty much infallible. I write your scripts for you, I help you find clients, I help you actually vet media buyers. Like it's a done with you program, if you will. It's like you're hiring me to come into your business as a partner without taking a percentage, just a flat fee, if you will. So it's absolutely a quite win-win situation, if you will. So that being said, guys, if you're interested in that, the link is below. If you're interested in joining instrumentation, if you're just beginning, that's probably a better option for you, because it's much more affordable. But that being said, guys, the links are below. If you've liked this, please drop me a like. If you love this, please drop me a like as well. Make sure you comment, subscribe, turn the notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the very next video. Take it easy, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.